Okay, class, I thought today I would just give you a little update on this illustration right here. I've got it just about done. Okay, now as you can see from the last video, let's go ahead and zoom in here a little bit. From the last video, I've gone ahead and finished up these last two characters back here. Okay, I still have a little bit of smoothing out to do, like you can see right here. Let's go ahead and grab this color here. Just need to, that's the assistance. Just need to kind of take care of a little bit of fuzzy line there. When you're working with with characters that are this small, sometimes you don't see things like that. These things that are quite that detailed. So it's a good idea to kind of go back in when you think you're done and fix these little things, right? And like right here, okay, there is a spot right there where I need to kind of blend in that sweater a little bit. Okay, the idea is a turtleneck sweater. So let's just kind of move that stuff around a little bit, just so it goes along with the contours of the neck. And actually, let's grab a little bit of this tone right here and yeah, just a touch more right there, so it looks a little bit like a highlight. Just a touch more right there. You always want to be aware of where your light source is and how much light is going to be actually hitting an area. So in this case, be more light over here, so you can see a lot more of that color there, and then just kind of you know veers off just toward black as you head further around the contours of the neck there. So little details like that, always a good idea to kind of take care of. A little spot right there that I missed. Okay, and you can see here I've added buttons to his suit, and then I did this guy completely back here. Again, trying to keep his color faithful to the original that I had there. I had to add a little bit of highlight here and there and all of that, and did quite a lot of work on this shirt here. I want to give it something of a satiny sort of feel. Um, you'll notice that I added a belt buckle that wasn't in the pencil drawing. It's actually the belt buckle, the belt that I'm wearing right now. I just, happen to have it right here. It's like, okay, there we go. So I just kind of painted that in. And when you got figures that are this far away, all it is just there's little lines of color. You just got to know where to put the lightest color to sort of hint that there is a little bit of a gleam, a metallic gleam on the object. And then I also replaced the original drawing with some sort of little demon-looking thing, which I thought was kind of stupid. So I wound up finding a photo reference of a pendant that had an eye in it that I thought was a little more spooky Egyptian, kind of thing, a little more occult, which is the whole idea. Okay. Let's see. Another thing since then. Oh yeah. Added another sphere right here. Okay. And when I did that, and this is the nice thing about working in different layers. When I did that, I did the blending a little differently. Okay, if I double click on this, really small circle left, double click on it. It's a satin blend, right? Um, and I set for multiply, and the opacity is only 35%, so you could make it, see how much darker that could get if I wanted it to. Okay, put back to 35. And then, the distance is how much light there is on either side. Actually, what it is, if you take the size way down, what it is the distance between these two white circles and how they're overlapping. Okay, so Anyway, I was so pleased with the way this one looked, I wound up deleting these other spheres here and then giving them the same kind of a blend. I just thought it looked better. I just liked it better. So yeah, I deleted those and then put new circles in and then just copied and pasted the layer style. If you've never actually done that before, it's really easy to do. If you have a layer style that you like, just copy it and then right here, and then just pick your other layer and paste your layer style. Now I'm not going to do that because I already did that. Okay, so there's that. We'll turn the dust cloud back on. Okay, other minor details. Well, what I was working on right now when I decided to make one last little video regarding this thing was I was putting a little extra detail on this character here. Okay. Um, I was pretty happy with the way she looked, but again, I wanted to make sure that anybody looking at this thing, this cover here, would know that, okay, this isn't some vampire woman or ghoul. She's actually, wearing some, weird rock star, kabuki makeup. So what I did was I decided to add an additional layer here. And I set the blending to, what was it? Oh, I think I set it to color. Whoops, don't want to do that. Set it to color so it was translucent, and then just dropped in a flesh tone. Actually, it was this one right here, a lighter one than I was using on these guys here. So that gave it more of a, you can see the flesh by her hairline a little bit. So I kind of thought that was a nice little touch. Now the last thing I have to do here is basically add a little bit of a line. Okay, so I basically I based this makeup, sort of a little bit on like Kiss or something like that, but a little bit on, oh, I don't know, sort of like what a mime would wear or something like that. And they usually have a line drawn around the outline of their face. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some. I don't want to go with black. I don't think black would be quite the thing. But I'm going to start off with gray. I'm just going to add a little bit of a line here, just along here. Now, I may darken it up a little bit on the edge. It doesn't have to be perfect because this would just be something that would be done like with an eyeliner or something like that. There, now that's done, I'll deselect it. And then let's smooth this out just a little bit. That's a little bit large. There we go. This is just to kind of soften it up a little bit. So it looks a little more, just blends in a little bit more. And blend a little bit with the top there. And then finally, once I get that set, where this, I'm going to bring in a little bit of color from over here. So let's grab that. Bring that in just a touch. So it looks a little more natural. Clean my brush a little bit. Make sure that doesn't thin out too much. Okay, and then grab that there. Narrow that just a little bit. I got a little heavy-handed there. And then right through here, let's grab a lighter shade, maybe a kind of an off-white, and we'll just put a little, might be a little too much. Just a little bit of just a little bit of reflective right where the highlight is. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think something like that probably works a little bit better. Again, going back to this idea that I had that, I want to suggest that it's makeup. It's not, anything supernatural. It needs to be just a little bit thicker. That also allows me to straighten it out just a little bit. And then grab that color there, blend that in. Looks like it's going off the edge. All right, grab that color again, blend that in just a touch. Got a nice bit of an edge there. All right, now while I have this zoomed in really close here, let's go ahead and smooth out a couple of these little lines here that are kind of bugging me. Add a little bit darker shade there. Move this down just a touch. There, I think that works pretty well. Okay. Now, I think that's that's about it. Now, keep in mind, this whole thing is the whole thing, everything's on separate layers, so I can move things around if I need to. And that is, well, that's because, if I'm gonna wind up publishing this thing sometime, I don't know exactly where all the extra stuff is going to be. The price, the issue number, uh, publisher info, stuff like that always come up on covers. So I'll have to leave space for that. One last thing that I absolutely have to do is got to sign this thing. You always want to sign your work. I want to make sure that I'm well within my live area, which I think I am. Make sure that my brush's pressure is on. And I also don't want to have it on any layer that's got anything else on it. So I'm going to give it its own layer. So, oops. Yeah. Tapped it twice because I'm using my stylus here, which is really too sensitive. So there's a signature. I'm going to move this all the way up to the top. There we go. And let's see. 6, that's probably good. All right, there we go. I'm calling this done. Okay. Okay, so as far as project 2 is concerned, I'm digging what I'm seeing from you guys so far. So keep up the good work, and we'll see this thing through. All right. Talk to you later.